Jai Sachidanand para todos.
Jai
Jai
Sachitana.
Sachitana para todos. Sí.
Jai Sachitanand, Mahatma.
Jai Sachitana, ayuda. Tanto tiempo.
¡Por fin!
Jai Sachitana, ayuda.
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai
Jai
Sachitana.
Sachitana, dear Shuddha.
Yeah, so good to be back again with you.
At least.
Yeah, I know we kept on missing. For some reason or the other, we kept on missing, the satsangs. But now we are back and it feels good. And I see some
Yeah.
very special friends here. We have Reinheld here. She's from Germany, very dear friend, and Mahatma, and then Clyde Porter. He is in US. Yes, he's from US. So both of them are joining. But that's wonderful. They will understand the English part as well as they will improve their Spanish. Yeah.
Bueno, dice que está muy contento después de, bueno, porque no había estado en Satsang, pero ahora nuevamente nos reunimos y está muy feliz de encontrar amigos de Alemania y de Estados Unidos, que además de escuchar el Satsang en inglés, practican su español. Jai Sachitana Shuddha.
Jai Sachidanand. Shuddhatma. Why don't you introduce yourself to Reinhold and Clyde? And while I'll be right with you in a couple of minutes, okay? All right. Yeah.
Ok.
Mhm.
Se va a ir un par de minutos, y bueno, que nos presentemos con Clyde y con la otra persona de Alemania, ¿no?
Reinhild.
Sí,
Reinhild.
gracias.
Gracias. Yes,
Jai Sachitanan, very welcome.
It's a special, is a difficult name for not German. My first name.
Yes, beautiful
Right.
name.
Is Reinhild or Reinhild? Gaby from Chile.
Ahora, now, again in Chile.
Again in Chile.
Yes, again. In Clyde from USA, Jai Sachitanan, very
morning.
welcome.
Jai
Jai
Sachidanand.
Sachidanand. I am most
Right.
welcome. Thank you.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Laura. Claudia Sánchez, ¿de dónde es?
España.
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 ¿Cómo está
Hoy.
Argentina? ¿Hace mucho frío?
Humedad.
No, más o menos.
No hace frío. Llovizna.
Ah, ya, pero el clima está todavía templadito.
Sí es. ¿Y ahí, Gaby?
Frío.
Okay. All right. So let us begin with the three mantra. And who would like to sing the three mantra?
¿A quién le gustaría cantar el Trimantra para comenzar?
Sandra, would you like to? Sandra?
Sandra, ¿te
Hola.
gustaría?
Sandra is frozen. So let's have.
Sandra se congeló.
Okay. So let's have Gabi, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loye Savasahunam. Eso panchanamukaro savapavapanashano Mangalanam cha Sarvesim Paramam Havai Mangalam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai Om Namah Shivaya Jai Sachitanand Namo Vitragai Namo Arihantanam Namo Siddhanam Namo Ayariyanam Namo Vatsayanam Namo Loye Savasahunam Eso Pancha Namukaro Savapavapanashano Mangalanam cha Sarvesim Paramam Havai Mangalam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai Om Namah Shivaya Jai Sachitanand Namo Vitragai Namo Harihantanam Namo Siddhanam Namo Ayariyanam Namo Vatsayanam Namo Loye Savasahunam Eso Pancha Namukaro Savapavapanashano Mangalanam cha Sarvesim Paramam Havai Mangalam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai Om Namah Shivaya Jai Sachitanand Jai Sachitanand Jai Sachitanand Jai Sachitanand
Jai Sachidanand. Jai
Jai
Sachidanand.
Sachidanand.
Hola, Anila. Good to see you.
Antonia, Jai
Ah,
Sachidanand.
Antonia.
Have a good day.
Jai Sachidanand.
Antonia.
Good morning.
All right, Antonia. Okay, good. Let me just share with you this and to recapitulate the last satsang. This was on March 12th, so almost a month has gone by. And this one was as session number 6 of 325 degree issue. That 325 degrees really has got nothing to do with anything in the relative. No certificates, no degrees, not visible to others, but it is an inner growth, if you will, of the self, you see, the S capital self, the Ama Pura, that rises in its brilliance internally and allows you and I to see our own faults, you see. That is 327. The more you see your faults, the more you stop interfering in anything that is happening, because seeing one's own faults is the direct acceptance of the error. The fundamental error is we are here in this body, in this world as a human being because of our errors, errors. mistakes.
Yes.
Thank you. Go on. Sorry.
Dice, bueno, que estamos en la sesión 5 viendo cómo llegar a los 325 grados. Esto es algo que no es visible, es del ser, cuando surge el alma pura que nos vuelve brillante y permite que veamos nuestras propias faltas. Y entonces es cuando dejamos de interferir. Y cuando nosotros podemos ver nuestros propios errores, que somos seres humanos y que estamos en este cuerpo, es debido a nuestros errores que estamos aquí.
Yes. And that is the only way to extract ourselves out of this huge complication that has been created by the false belief that I am this body and this is happening to me, you see. I am doing, they are doing, everyone else is messing this world up, you see. Everyone is the problem, is the reason for my problem, you see.
Ujú. Bueno, y esta es la única manera de poder salir de estas vidas, ¿no? Sí, de estas vidas, ¿no? Y poder darnos cuenta que no somos este cuerpo y dejar de pensar que, en realidad, dejar de ver que somos este cuerpo, de que las cosas nos suceden a nosotros, que el otro nos hizo esto o lo otro.
Yes. So I will now pull out, Dadavani of December to Spanish, isn't this the correct? I'm trying to get the Spanish. No, it is called the three. What is the heading of our?
The
Okay.
last sentence you
it's
said,
called,
the last time, if one follows a single word of Dada, Yabastit,
Yes.
and the relative will be solved with equanimity.
Right, yes. Okay. I just realized that we have labeled this as 325S, and I was trying to label it as the Davani. You see, it's just 325S.pdf. You know, now let's see, it should open up. Yes, I've got it. And now let me share it. Thank you. This is the, so share this Dadavani, and I think it's somewhere around page 12. So let me.
Yes. We start the last time in page 10.
Page 10
One
here.
convict figures out his own mistakes was the title, I figure. We start there the last time.
Okay. So, you know, the beauty of this that is in front of us is such that it doesn't matter where you start and where you end. It's just pure blissful words of liberation.
Yes.
You know, so vibrations is a history, and then if your interference stops, there is no one in the world. That one we have finished, right? Oh no, that one we haven't finished, right? Have we done this? No.
Exactly.
Tell me when you're okay. What was the heading? What was the heading? In other words, if you look back.
If where we started the last time, one cannot figure out his own mistakes. That was page 10, and we continue. After that, and the last sentence you said was if you follow a single word of Dada, Yavastit and relative will be solved with equanimity.
Right. And so I'm coming there now. If one becomes a pure soul, that one we have finished, right? And now we come to if your interference stops. That also we have finished, right? And then the world is your own projection. That also we have taken care of, right?
Yes, yes.
Let me know where we stop here. I live in this world in such a way that you do not cause pain to anyone. That one also we have finished, right?
Yes.
So now one cannot figure out this is the one, right? And and I move now. The worldly life will be perpetuated. We have finished this, didn't we not? So now, yes, we finished this, and now this is the next one. Right?
Okay.
Everybody can.
In which page we start today, please?
Right here, where you stop.
You don't know.
This one is page 34 on my PDF. This PDF, you see 327, 325s.pdf. Okay. Let me see. I can give it to you in the chat. You want me to give it to you in the chat? Do you see this?
Yes.
Okay, do you see that dadashri.org/325s for Spanish.pdf? Do you see this on the top? Okay, let me give it to you in the chat. Chat. Okay, I just posted it to you. Okay, on the chat. If you open it and then in the PDF, you will see it. You see.
Yes.
And that is page 34 of 87 pages. It depends on the kind of PDF, but this we have 87 pages to finish this 325. And we have this lifetime to really understand and to become free from interference into that which is happening. You see.
Esto que estamos viendo es dejar de interferir, ¿no? De las cosas que están sucediendo para poder alcanzar los 325 grados.
So, even if by mistake you happen to get into a conflict with someone, you should clear that. And in a natural and spontaneous manner, sahaj way, we are clear of the conflict without igniting any sparks that could arise from the friction. It is not worth remaining stuck in any situation, all right? Not even for a fraction of a second. In whatever you become stuck, to that extent you have forgotten your real state, not form, your real state as the self. The self does not have any form, so your real state as the self. Amapura, Rainesile. Okay? All right.
Dice, aunque por error entres en conflicto con alguien, debes dejarlo. De forma natural y espontáneo. Despeja el conflicto sin encender ninguna chispa que pudiera surgir de la fricción. No vale la pena quedarse atrapado en ninguna situación, ni siquiera por una fracción de segundo. En cualquier cosa en que te quedes atrapado, en esa medida habrás olvidado tu estado real del ser, no la forma, porque el ser no tiene forma, es el estado real como el ser.
Now you said that we had stopped last time at this one above. Is this the one above? You see the one above, is that where we stopped?
I think we stopped there, yes.
Okay, all right. So, questioner, if I have the inclination to avoid a clash and to settle the file with equanimity, yet the other person harasses me, insults me, then what should I do? Yes,
Le pregunta, le preguntan a Dada, si, si tengo la inclinación de evitar los conflictos y despejar el archivo con ecuanimidad, y sin embargo la otra persona me acosa, me insulta, entonces, ¿qué es lo que debo de hacer?
So Dadashri says nothing at all, even though your intention is not to fight with anybody, get into conflict with anybody, but the other party, the opposite file continues to bother you, harass you, then Dadashri says nothing at all. That is your karmic account. This man who is after you, or this business that is after you, or whatever, you say somebody is not leaving you alone, that is your karmic account. You should make up your mind that you want to settle this file with equanimity. You should always remain within your laws, and you should keep solving the puzzle on your own.
Entonces dice Dada, nada, a la pregunta dice, ¿qué es lo que debo de hacer si quiero resolver este archivo con ecuanimidad y el otro me insulta? Entonces, a lo cual Dada responde, nada en absoluto. Esa es tu cuenta kármica y tú debes de decidirte a dejar, a despejar este archivo con ecuanimidad. Tú dices permanecer siempre dentro. Tú debes permanecer siempre dentro de las leyes y debes de seguir resolviendo tu rompecabezas por ti mismo.
Okay. This one here, when Dada says you should remain in your own laws, to remain in my laws, my own laws, means Amapura. Well, is there a law of the Amapura, the Raine Sile? Yes, the five Agnas is that which will protect. The five Agna, especially Agna 4, is in fact a law that by this law, by this natural vision, by this energy of the self, you will extricate, unentangle, become free from whatever the file may be, however bad, however difficult it may be. There is no other way. There is no other way. This should become very firm in us, you see.
Acá Dada dice que tú debes de permanecer en tu propia ley. ¿Y qué es tu propia ley? Y son las 5 agnas, especialmente el agna número 4. Y eso es en lo que tú debes de permanecer. Esa es tu ley. Y ahí te mantienes resolviendo tu archivo con ecuanimidad para resolver tu rompecabezas tuyo, que te pertenece.
You should keep solving your puzzle on your own. This is a fantastic and a very meaningful final instruction of the Gnani Purush. No one can help you get out of your own puzzle. See? Because
nadie. Sorry. No, continue.
Because the world is the puzzle by itself. The world is the puzzle by itself, you see. But the moment you enter into the world of Patricia, or Luz, or Anila, you are in the puzzle. Automatically, the puzzle arises. If you if you are not aware, and with the awareness is this is a file. You see, the awareness is the word F-I-L-E. You see.
Dice que esta maravillosa frase que tú solo debes de mantener, tienes que resolver tu propio, tu rompecabezas por ti mismo y absolutamente nadie lo puede hacer por ti. Y cuando entras en quieres intentar entrar en el rompecabezas del otro, no estás interfiriendo. Y la única es la conciencia del ser.
Mhm. And and if there is any kind of interference, then know the one who interferes, you see. In other words, do not know the one who interferes, and that one who interferes is file one, and especially the intellect and the ego of file one that is interfering. This is very important. You have to know who is interfering. You are not interfering, you see. You cannot interfere because you simply do not have uh, the mechanism whereby you can interfere. Amapura and Rainesile have been perfectly separated, you see. There's no way you can interfere in this, you see. The interference is the illusion.
Yes.
Mm.
Lo importante en todo esto que puedas ver quién es el que interfiere. El que interfiere es el file one, es el intelecto y el ego. Entonces tú no puedes interferir porque eres alma pura, estás absolutamente separada. Y la interferencia es solo una ilusión.
And your laws here, you should remain in your laws. This is our laws has been given by our dearest Gnani Purush, and he says, Agna is the religion, Agna is the penance, Agna is who I am. I am. Who are you? For the world, I am Patricia or Luz, but really, I am in the form of Agna. Agna vision is who I really am. I see and know what is going on. That's all. That is so Agna is the vision, Agna is the energy, Agna is the tap, the penance, you see, the internal penance. There is no other vision, there is no other approach. There is really no other approach. The other approaches will unfold in front of you through scientific circumstantial evidences, you see.
Yes. Dice que las leyes nos han sido dadas, las recibimos de dada por el Nani Purush. Esas son las leyes, las agnas. Y las agnas es quién soy, cómo suceden las cosas. Es la energía de las agnas lo que realmente soy. Es la visión de las agnas. Y saber esto de que yo soy el conocedor, el que conoce y ve qué es lo que está sucediendo. Y no hay absolutamente ninguna otra forma de poder alcanzar a la liberación que no sea de esta manera, siempre en conciencia de que todo lo que sucede son las evidencias científicos circunstanciales.
You know, we will get to hear this 1,000 times, and every time you and I hear it, we say, we do not get tired. None of us get tired of listening to it, because the thing that gets tired is the intellect. The intellect will say, oh, come on, Patricia, come on, Shuddha. You've heard this 1,000 times. No, 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 no. This that is assimilated in this, that gets assimilated in the surrender mode, you see, in the exact, this, with Gabi doing the three mantra, you see, we entered the surrender mode. Absolute surrender mode is the absolute reception mode. Here I am, my Lord. I'm at your feet, and fill me with your light. Fill me more with the energy behind your words, so that I too can see it that way you are seeing it, you see.
Esto lo debemos de haber escuchado miles de veces y no nos vamos a cansar jamás de escucharlo, porque cada vez que lo escuchamos nos permite poder asimilar cada vez más profundamente y poder rendirnos a los pies de Dada y, y entregar todo y pedirle que nos dé la energía y la luz para así poder liberarnos y poder ver qué es lo que sucede en cada momento.
Yeah. See. So, questioner, when the other person insults me and I feel insulted, is it because of my ego?
Cuando la otra persona me insulta y me siento insultado, ¿es por culpa del ego?
Yes. So, Dadashri, truly speaking, when the other person insults you, he is dissolving your ego. And that too, it is the dramatic, the discharging ego. Whatever amount of excess ego there is, that dissolves. What loss is there in that? These karma are not allowing you to become free. If there were a small child in front of you, then we would tell you, no, and this sentence need help because this correct translation of this is, is best understood by even a young mother who has a very naughty 2-year-old or a year-old, Yeah, after a while, the mother will say, please leave me alone now. Come on, please leave me alone. You see, she has gotten up 50 times to pull the child back from all of this mischief. And yet, now the mother is tired, will say, okay, now please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. So that is the correct translation here, Go on. So please correct that, okay?
Bueno, hemos dicho que cuando la otra persona me insulta, me siento insultado, es por culpa de mi ego. Entonces Dada dice, hablando con verdad, cuando la otra persona te insulta, está disolviendo tu ego. Y eso también es el ego teatral descargando. Cualquier cantidad de exceso de ego que haya, se disuelve. Entonces, ¿qué pérdida hay en ello? Dice, tú no puedes liberarte de este karma. Si hubiera un niño, dice acá, si hubiera un niño pequeño delante de ti, incluso entonces nosotros te diríamos, ahora libérate. Y lo que trae ayuda, como que lo que realmente está queriendo decir es que una madre con un hijo de alrededor de 2 años que está reclamándole, llamándola, la madre en algún momento le diría, por favor, déjame sola, déjame sola.
Yeah. See, I mean, this karma that are discharging are considered to have discharged if you can really see them for what they are, if you can understand these relative interactions, to be not real, you see. No matter what happens, no matter what kind of fight you've just had with somebody in the home or outside, yeah, you should see that this is this is this is the drama playing, drama of Shuddha with the other person or drama of Gavi with this other person. Why should you get if the awareness of who I am in all of this, like the actor who is playing the role, his awareness is constantly there that I'm not a king. At the end of the play, I'm going to go home and make my sandwich and eat the sandwich, you see. But here, he performs like, so beautifully that the whole audience is crying when his queen betrays him, you see. You are all familiar with that story, right? Yeah.
Yes. Lo maravilloso de poder de esto es ver que el karma se está descargando en cualquier situación que esté sucediendo. Debes poder ver en qué es el drama que se está desplegando, ¿no? Es la obra del drama,
Mhm.
como si fuese un teatro. Entonces es la conciencia de quién realmente soy, ¿no? Puede ser que en la obra esté haciendo el papel del rey, pero cuando termine la obra me voy a mi casa y me voy a hacer el sándwich.
Mhm.
Todos deben de recordar esta historia.
Yeah, so it just in the most recent Gnanvidi that we had in Germany, our Gnani, it was a magnificent Gnanvidi because the whole hall was filled and it happened in English. But you see, when it came to the five Agnas, the Gnani kind of paraphrased and kind of shortened this very important component of the five, the first Agna and second Agna, with reference to Dadashri's example of King Bhartuhari, King Bhartuhari, and Rani Pingala, the queen, you see. The king and the queen and the whole drama is the details have got very subtle details about the world, this how this world is. This world, the moment you enter this world, you are automatically, I mean, not talking about Mahatmas, but the world, without this grace of the Gnani and the self-realization, the world will pull you in this direction, or your tendency would be to move away from that which is painful. Both of these, I say, the attachment and the aversions are beautifully shared in that simple story of the king and the who received the fruit of eternity. You see, the fruit of eternity. You know.
Ujú. En este encuentro con el Nani en Alemania fue hermoso cuando estaba lleno del hall, lleno completo de Mahatmas y estaba haciendo el Vidi y trajo el ejemplo, contó esta historia de Dada, el rey Berturgan y la reina, ¿no? Y dio todos los detalles del mundo como es y del mundo como te empuja en esas direcciones. Habló del apego y habló de la aversión en esta historia, ¿no? Y todo lo que, como uno para poder liberarse, busca encontrar el alimento del ser.
Yeah, the fundamental theme of this whole story is the illusory nature of the so-called love between human beings. You see, I love you, sweetheart. I love you. The illusion, you see, that illusion is broken now for all of us. We recognize its effects. You see, we recognize its effects in this current life for what they are. You see, we illusion is that which covers up your real vision. Anything that covers up your own real vision about the way things are is the illusion, and the illusion uh, gets highly modified by the presence of the kashais uh, in the relative Pudgal, in the body complex, you see, in the mind-body complex, you see.
Yes. La naturaleza de los seres humanos, ¿no? Que podemos ver en esta obra y como que lo muestra con total claridad, es que el amor de los humanos en este mundo es una ilusión. Y está rota, pero para nosotros los Mahatmas esto está roto y podemos ver que esto es el efecto por lo que son.
Yes.
Y cuando la ilusión cubre tu visión real, entonces es modificada por los kashais en la mente, el cuerpo, en el complejo de mente, cuerpo y habla.
So, this sentence again, these karma are not allowing you to become free. These karma are not allowing you to become free. Now, this thing is the answer to this is that this is all dramatic and discharging ego. This is the effect of the discharging ego. There is no one doing this. This is the already the programmed ego from past life that is now playing the drama. Is it playing the drama? Sometimes he is in a loving mode, and sometimes he is in a totally opposite drastic aversion mode, doesn't want to be touched, doesn't want to do anything. You see, so all of these things are just the drama of file one, you see, the drama of file one. Drama.
Todo lo que podemos ver aquí es que todo ese efecto de descarga del ego, de vidas pasadas, en esta descarga, ¿no? Es donde la obra del drama se descarga y podemos ver los efectos del amor o de la aversión, de no ser, que no querer estar con alguien o de no ser tocados o todo esto. Esto es el drama del file one.
I say and now we know these karma for what they are, the discharging karma for what they are. And the more we stay with Dada in satsang, understanding these words of Dada, then we realize that we are indeed free, because these karma by understanding the sentence above it, this karma is not real. This karma is discharging. It is the drama. Really, ich bin reine Seele. Really, I am pure soul. And this is it. And with that simple entry into the Agna, the karma has no relevance to you. It doesn't have any relevance. It becomes a gneya. It becomes something that you see, and in the seeing is the freedom. In the seeing is the freedom. There is.
Wow. Dice que esta descarga de karma que conocemos lo conocemos por lo que son. Entendemos que esto no es real, es solamente una descarga. Entonces podemos ver que yo soy alma pura y esto que está sucediendo solo es una descarga. En ese mismo instante entramos en el alma pura y todo pierde relevancia. Y el poder ver, observar esto es la libertad.
It's phenomenal. Just a question and an answer. In this question,
Solo una pregunta y una
and the
respuesta.
simple answer question from Dada has given the entire science of liberation right here, you see. And this material is from Aptavani 3. You see, Aptavani 3. Aptavani 3, as you know, is in two parts. The first part is the qualities of the self, and the second part of Aptavani is Vyavahar, or the worldly interaction. How do you become free from these worldly interactions that tend to entangle you, confuse you, get you obfuscated, or just completely thoroughly befuddled, or depressed, etc. So it is beautiful Dadavani, but you can see the pearl of this particular Aptavani is right here, you see, right here in front of us.
Esto que nos que estamos viendo, ¿no? Está en el Aptavani 3, que tiene dos partes. La primera es las cualidades del ser y las segundas es las interacciones mundanas y cómo liberarnos de ella. Y acá en esto tenemos toda la pureza del conocimiento de este Dadavani.
Yeah, when somebody insults you openly, or you feel seriously, you feel the hit inside. Even at that time, the exact approach is not to turn away from it, say, think a few negative words about this person who has done that, avoid him in future, etc. But to really look at this in the exactness that, gee, this is the kick to the discharging ego. The main ego is gone. No one can hurt you at all. I am Patricia, I am Clyde, I am Reinhold is the main ego, and that's gone. But this discharging ego is the problem, you see. This discharging ego needs to burn, it needs to burn with your awareness. Only with your awareness you can see it burning. So you have to not move away from it, but face it. Oh, you have to face it. You have to tell it, oh, Susan, this is yours. It's come to you. Now, see it and let it burn. You see?
Ujú. Dice que cuando alguien te insulta puedes sentir el calor dentro cuando se produce el enojo por dentro, pero solo tienes que mirar que esto es una descarga del ego. El ego está descargándose. Entonces, tienes ver, enfréntalo y observa cómo se quema, déjalo que se quema.
Yeah. No consolation at that time. Oh, I'm so sorry for you. Don't do this again. No, just see. Any other approaches are lower approaches. You say, see it first. And no, not look away. See it. It's good. It's good that you feel hurt. It's good that it burns. It's good that you feel insulted. It is highly liberating. This is a necessary step. This is the penance. You see, this is the top. You see?
Wow. Dice, antes que nada, lo primero es esto que sucede, que esta descarga es bueno que duela, porque es liberador, es necesario, y esto es la penitencia interior para la liberación. Pero tienes que observar qué es lo que está sucediéndole al Falguán.
Patricia, this is, I just from my notes, I realize that this is where we had stopped last time. So far we have repeated but it's different ways in which we are looking at it. So there is no loss. This is where we stand.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I see it. It's really beautiful. Now, this is where we start in today's satsang. So we have double covered the same material above in a different way. You see, Aptavani 3 material that was there. It is so now, if one follows a single word of ours for just one day, tremendous energy will arise, you see. Meaning, the aura and the presence of the self, prabhav, will definitely continue to arise. There are so many energies within that no matter who throws however many conflicts onto you or onto this one, they can be avoided. You can avoid them. However, if one is preparing to jump into the ditch consciously, and if you collide with a person, then he will make you fall into the ditch as well, you see. Do you want to go to moksha, or do you want to remain stationed in conflict with such people? Such people will never go to moksha, and on the contrary, this person, such persons will remain, have you remain stationed right here. Sorry, what happened to it? Stationed right here. I pressed the wrong switch, hold on. Button. Sorry about that. My finger slipped. 325, yes. So it will make you station right here. Okay, go on.
Estamos viendo, es como que empezamos hoy y entramos a ver de nuevo, nuevamente ya lo habíamos visto esta parte, pero bueno, está con otras palabras y es de la Dadavani 3. Ahora se perdió y vamos a continuar. Se le apagó.
Yes. And so this only one only one word, you see, one word. You can choose. There are 5 words given to us. Real, relative, vyavasthit, samabhav, make equanimity, and satsang, RRVSS, you see. RRVSS, real, relative, vyavasthit, samabhav means balanced view, internal balanced view, not internal intention. Balanced intentions always kind of waver, you see. View is fixed. View is of the self, intentions slip from the view into the relative of I have this intention, I have that intention. Yes?
Dice que si nosotros pudiéramos seguir una sola palabra, y acá dice dice de nuestras, solo por un día, tremendas energías van a surgir. Y poder repetirla durante todo el día. ¿Cuáles son las palabras? Agnas, satsang, todas estas, ¿no?
Real, relative, vyavasthit, sambhav, satsang.
Satsang.
Yes.
Esto es Pavau. Entonces, definitivamente continuarán surgiendo.
Bhav, Bhav, if you move from your bedroom to your living room, the bhav will change because the external has changed, you see. And from the living room, if you move to the kitchen, the bhav changes, the view changes, okay? In the kitchen, you will see food items. In the living room, you might play some music or open up a book and sit down. When you see an iPhone in front of you, you will be reminded of, oh, I need to call this person, etc. So this is how it is. The external has a role in your view. These are the changing views, and these are all changing views of I am Clyde, I am Gabi. You see, changing views of Gabi, you see. Whereas the unchanging view is Soyamapura.
BAF es la visión, ¿no? Por ejemplo, si estás en el dormitorio y vas del dormitorio al living, en el living vas a encontrar música o el iPhone, tienes que hacer una llamada o de ahí te vas a la cocina y encuentras comida. Entonces, la visión va cambiando de acuerdo a donde estés, ¿no? Como el entorno cambia tu visión. ¿Y a quién le cambia? A Clyde, en la creencia de que yo soy Clyde, yo soy Gaby. Lo que no cambia es yo soy alma pura.
And our role is to be aware of these changing views of Clyde or Patricia or Gabi. In other words, the views, this that is changing is not me. This is the changing inner views of this one who is now in a different location. The space has changed, the views change, you see.
Ujú. Y el rol que debemos de mantener es estar observando los cambios de la visión, ¿no? Y ver que esto que está cambiando no es lo que yo soy.
Yeah. And the aura and the presence of the self, in other words, you see, this is the Dada has used the word prabhav, you see.
Mm.
This means this is something that cannot be quantitated in the relative. It is beyond bhav, it is beyond the view, and beyond the view, beyond all views of our relative world that we experience through these five senses of ours is our view, you see. And this one is, this arises out of Jagruti, out of this awareness that we just mentioned, that this is the changing views of Shuddha or Patricia or Luz. These are not my views. This is, I am beyond views, I am beyond bhav, you see.
Ujú. Esta palabra prabhav es más allá de la visión del mundo, ¿no? De yo soy Luz o yo soy Patricia. Y hay que ir más allá de esto, ¿no? Que la visión del alma pura es el conocimiento de quién soy yo, quién verdaderamente soy yo.
Yeah, this prabhav is actually a spillover in the relative of the presence, the magnificent presence of the absolute self that is now expressing inside. You see, the light of 1,000 suns. You see, you cannot come anywhere near this energy of the self. You see, and you feel it. You and I experience it in front of the Gnani. You see, the Gnani. Depending on how receptive you are, the nearer you go, or even if you see him from a distance, or even if you listen to him interacting with other human beings, now you are enveloped with this aura of his, this energy of his. In other words, you have come into his field of energy, you see, his field of energy, you see. Yours is a constricted field of energy. His is wide open, nirdosh drashti. You see, his is the flawless vision, you see.
Ujú. Prabhav es va más allá de todo, ¿no? Y es es ir más allá, ir con la visión del alma pura y estar en una luz en el medio de miles de luces. Es experimentar frente al nani, ¿no? Cuando entras en su campo de energía, cuando lo ves como él está hablando con otras personas o está dando el satsang, entras en su campo de energía.
Yeah, I see. The Gnani, and you and I are all Gnanis because we have the Gnan. We have to use this Gnan, you see, and when we use this Gnan, and in interacting with another human being, this leaves its subtle impressions on that person at a very deep level, which he himself, the other person, we cannot understand, but will grow within such a human being, with the other person. But more importantly, regardless of what happens to the other person, you are blissfully lifted up in your own energies of the self. You see, energies of bliss and energies of abundant, multi-directional energy, tremendous energy.
Yes. Poder estar experimentando, ¿no? Estar en esta presencia de energía y estar en la visión impecable. Es el camino, ¿no? Y usar el nan. Nosotros somos nanis también porque hemos recibido el nan. Y cuando estamos con otra persona, les dejamos una profunda impresión que tal vez no pueda entender, pero es algo que lo va a estar acercando. Ver cómo un Mahatma se relaciona con los demás o deja esta sensación, ¿no? De que hay una dicha, una energía de dicha del ser que es multidireccional.
Not only that, see, this energy that arises because single word means the fundamental words I've just given you, real, relative, vyavasthit, sambhav, satsang, you see. The true company. Satsang here is true company. Come back to who you are. To come back to who am I is satsang. You see, is satsang. You've just come home. Ich bin rein, Seele. You see, you've just come home. That's satsang. Satsang begins the moment and with that, your satsang begins wherever you go, wherever you are, with whomever you are, whatever the situation arises, your satsang is there because you are now, you see, Gabi, Lois, Rosie, etc., are now in your own company, come home in your own company, you see, and with that, these energies start manifesting, you see. These energies that Dada is talking about, they start arising, you see. When I say they lift you up and they hold you in these very precious hands, the analogy is it will not. These are so fantastic energies that they will never let you sink in any circumstance or conflict of this world.
Yes. Wow. Dice, bueno, que las palabras de lo real, de lo relativo, de Yavasti, de Satsang, son palabras que te traen. Satsang es quien eres, vuelves al hogar y continúas estando en tu hogar, suceda lo que suceda, porque tú estás con tu propia energía y entonces nada puede hacerte ahogar en esto.
Yeah, you see this energy is this is simply and very directly explained by our dearest Dada in this. Where are they coming from? Following a single word of ours. You see? Just follow a single word. You don't need to understand these Aptavanis and the Apta Sutras, etc. Just understand. It's just the understanding will result in the following. You see, how can you follow something without understanding? That is why in these satsangs, this fifth agna, what happens is the understanding only. Samaj, you see, that samaj is the exact means by which all of this falls into place. You see, this falls into place.
Dice, esta energía está explicada con mucha simpleza, esto de repetir solamente una palabra, y es solo entender. Por eso en el Samay nosotros podemos entender y aplicar la palabra Samash.
We see this with this phenomenon. We see this now happening on the world stage where a whole bunch of collective egos from the US as well as from China, but they are colliding. The heavier you are, the more destructive the collision, you see, colliding, where there is a total destruction of the economy all over the world, you see. This you can see there is no end to where this will lead to, you see. And it may take years to recover from such collisions, you see.
Ujú. Todos estos egos, por ejemplo, de Estados Unidos y China, ¿no? Entran colisionando y esto es algo que trae distracción del mundo, de la economía. Esto no es una cosa que no tiene fin y finalmente es como que vamos a tener que rescatarnos nosotros vamos a tener que resolver o rescatar esto por nosotros mismos.
And having said that, no matter how bad the egos and the collision, directed by these egos of these two leaders of the major powers of this world, for us, these words come very meaningful. And then there is Vyavasthit. And then there is Vyavasthit, you see. And then there is Vyavasthit, There is. And that is a phenomenal relief for those who understand what is going on, We are the only ones, few ones who are the silent participants in this drama. It is really a drama only, you see.
Yes.
Mhm.
Para nosotros, ver esta lucha de egos, lo podemos ver que es Yavastit, ¿no? Y podemos ver, y es maravilloso, es fenomenal para los que podemos entender qué es lo que está sucediendo. Y somos las personas silenciosas que estamos observando lo que está sucediendo.
Yeah. This is a classic example. One is preparing to jump into the ditch, you see.
Ujú.
Very actively, deliberately, killing your own economy, you see. And then you collide with such a person, then he will make you fall into the ditch as well, you see. But these words of Dada are universally applicable at the personal level, at the national level, at the international level, at community levels, but they begin with one soul at a time, one person at a time.
Ujú. Esto, aquí hay una persona que te puede hacer caer en todo esto, ¿no? Pero si tú estás consciente de esto, también puedes ver que esta colisión empieza desde una persona a un grupo más grande, al país, o a la ciudad y así al mundo entero.
Okay, so I think it's time. Let's just take a little matcha break or for some
Bueno,
of
vamos a tomar un recreo. 10 minutes, Shuddha.
10 minutes. Huh? Thank you very
Bueno,
much.
vamos a tomar
Good,
un recreo de 10 minutos.
Yeah, good to see you, Antonia, and everyone.
Oh,
Yes, everyone here. Huh? Jai Sachidanand. Yeah, Jai Sachidanand.
Sachitana.
Yay,
sí, Sachita.
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand.
Qué lindo volver a verlo. Sí,
Yeah,
Sachitana a todos.
yeah,
Jai
yeah,
Sachidanand.
and everyone. Yeah, yes.
Here I am again.
Okay, all
Do you
right.
listen me? Yes.
Yes, yes. Good, 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 good.
May I share something?
Yes, please.
We were listening you, and everything of this reminds me the experience to be with the nanny and being sad and the experience what happened when we are near or we are in with a nanny or with you, and this experience give the sense of satsang, how we feel the peace to be pleased,
Yeah.
totally pleased.
Yes, this is because we enter the satsang of Dada, you see. When we come here, we have a very clear idea of who we are and what is happening, you see, happening at the relative level. This clarity, this dual clarity of the self vision as well as of the surrendered vision of file one, you see, allows for the brilliance of the words of Dada to really to enhance everything. You see, this, these sentences about this sentence of Dada about the world is such a dangerous place, you see, that if you are not careful and if you do not carefully extricate yourself from that, which might start off as a small problem, but you never know where it ends up, you see, because of your discharging ego intellect. This has become very clear for we Mahatmas, you see. It is because of this clarity that we want to keep coming back to this beautiful, beautiful satsang, you see. You know, yeah.
Le pregunté, le compartí con Shuddha que tuvimos la experiencia de estar con el Nani, las experiencias de estar con Shuddha, con Shirish, en todos los satsang, y esta conexión, ¿no? De lo que él está hablando, de decir solo una palabra, de decir satsang, y es como que solo la palabra satsang es como que inmediatamente me conecta con esta dicha, con esta dicha, ¿no? De paz, de confianza, de entrega, porque experimentamos, we have the experience to be
You experience it.
yes.
And we experience and we understand the deeper meaning of what Dada is saying, you see. There is there is the meaning of the word, and then there is the understanding of the intention behind the word. And finally, there is the understanding of the liberation that is associated with this word. So there are multiple levels of understandings happening with each word, each sentence of Dada, you see.
Y dice que bueno, Shuddha dice que hay una simple oración de Dada, dice que tiene que estar muy consciente y todo el tiempo, porque a veces sucede que un pequeño problema, si nos dejamos llevar por el intelecto, no tenemos idea dónde nos puede llevar, ¿no? Y poder ver cuáles son las verdaderas intenciones detrás de las palabras.
Yes.
Y esto es lo que nos lleva a la liberación. Thank you, Shuddha.
Yes, and thank you for sharing this. This is this is the in fact, the understanding with a U capital understanding that is associated, understanding of the awakened one, you see, the awakened one, the one who says, Ich bin reine Seele, soy ama pura, that understanding is not possible in any other way except through these precise, exact words of Dadashri. This has to be, you have to be perfectly convinced of that, you see. And then as they are revealed, you know, through a live medium, whether it is in your own satsangs reading this or through the Gnani himself, new understanding. New understanding means new layers of the vision of and as the self arise, that establish, that pushes you more and more towards your niche, towards yourself, you see.
Yes. El entendimiento, ¿no? De que soy alma pura es solo a través de las exactas palabras de Dada, y así es revelado en tu entendimiento y en tu visión, y es el ser que te mueve a que vayas al ser, a que estés en el ser.
You see, and so, you know, and the other she says, conflicts will continue to arise constantly. See?
Dada
Because,
dice que los conflictos van a surgir constantemente.
Constantly, at the level of the mind, at the level of the body, at the level of speech, and not
En el
only
nivel de la
yours,
mente, cuerpo, habla,
but also
mente.
the people that are around you, your close files, you see, whom you love, you know, who want you take care of, you know, conflicts will arise constantly. And in the midst of that, you are to exit smoothly without creating any friction. Friction represents interference, friction represents presence of kashai, subtle kashai, see?
Entonces, los conflictos van a surgir constantemente, no solamente van a surgir también en todos los files que te rodean, pero tú debes salir de esto muy suavemente, sin crear absolutamente ninguna fricción. Y con fricción se refiere a kashais.
Okay, so if there has been a physical injury, collision, you see, then if you treat it, it will be healed, you see. But who will remove the stains that form in the mind or the intellect due to garshan and sangarshan? You see, garshan means collision with non-living things, and sangarshan means collision with living beings. They will not leave even after 1,000 of lifetimes, you see, thousands of lifetimes. They don't leave, they just continue to accumulate. Now, this is for the world, this is not for us, but you know, it is important to understand this through our Gnan to proceed further, you see.
Esto va, bueno, leo. Si uno sigue.
Okay, it's somewhere in here. Yeah, this is the, okay. Yeah.
Tú debes ser cauteloso desde todos los ángulos, desde todos los aspectos. De lo contrario, aunque quieras liberarte 100.000 veces de las trampas mundanas, el mundo no te dejará liberarte. Seguirán surgiendo conflictos constantemente. tú en medio de eso debes salir suavemente, sin crear ninguna fricción. Y si ha habido una colisión física y se ha producido en una herida, si la tratas se curará, pero ¿quién eliminará las manchas que se forman en la mente o en el intelecto? Debido al garshan, que es la colisión con las cosas que no están vivas, y el sangrarshan y el
Darshan.
sangarshan,
Yes.
que son las cosas que sí tienen vida.
You see this. So, and this is when the other asks, who will remove this internal wounds? These are internal wounds, you see, invisible, but they disturb a human being, modify his interaction with the world, manipulate him, you see. Who will remove these? And you see, we have the answer. Our Gnani Purush Dadashri and his Gnanis have removed this for us. He has completely wiped them out. What he cannot do is those that exist in discharge. You see, those that are existing are ready to give their results. The karma that have ice karma, they are called. You see, they have been created so that they can only go away after going through them, after letting file one suffer them or go through it. You see, and the suffering is highly reduced by the Agna vision, the vision as the self, you see, the bliss of the self.
Dice ¿quién va a remover estas heridas, ¿no? Estas heridas internas, ¿quién las podrá sacar? Y es Dada las sacará, él las quitará y las removerá completamente, si podemos permanecer en la visión del Agna.
So when Dadashri says, Dadashri has indeed used the word smoothly, you see. He says, you need to, that means you are to exit smoothly without creating any friction, you see. Now this is actually is given to us in the form of an Agna, you say Agna 4, you see. Agna, he has given to us this into, as he says, it is impossible for human beings to get out of the negative karma effects that he or she is feeling in this life. You see, here, here hundreds of thousands of people in the United States, one of the richest country in the world, have been laid off by one single action of one single signature of the president. You see, now, this, you can see that this can create a lot of friction internally for these human beings who are now living in fear, you see. And but you see, this for us all, it is only through awareness, through the awareness of the exactness of the cause and the effect. We do not know what was the exact cause, but from the effect, the causes are understood. You see, we are all very good and very respectful and appreciative of this, that whatever arises in front of me is my own doing, is my own creation, you see.
Dice que acá Dada dice que lo único que tienes que hacer es salir muy suavemente sin crear absolutamente ninguna fricción. Ninguna fricción. Ninguna fricción. Dice, entonces solo cuando tienes con la conciencia, ¿no? De que todo lo que está pasando, tienes conciencia de la causa y el efecto, a través del efecto puedes entender las causas y ser muy respetuosos con todo lo que está surgiendo.
Yeah, we begin to understand this inner inner trauma, the trauma that happened even though we were quote unquote innocent in our view in this discharging life. We say, hey, the human being will ask, hey, what did I do to deserve this? I've been a church going person, I've been a decent human being, I have earned my wages and paid my taxes sincerely. You see, I have not consciously hurt anybody. And what did I do to deserve this? You see, it is a very, very difficult thing for the average human being to grasp this. You see.
Por ejemplo, cuando comenzamos a entender los dramas interiores, las personas se preguntan, bueno, ¿qué hice yo para merecer esto, no? Si yo fui una persona correcta, hice todo bien, no herí a nadie, pago mis impuestos, entonces podemos entender que somos conscientes de qué es lo que está sucediendo.
Yes. Now Dada is warning us further. He is saying, hey, we, Gnani Purush Dadashri and the Absolute One, Dada Bhagwan within him, hey, we even go as far as saying, if your dhoti, this traditional white stuff that Dada wears, you see, below, this dhoti, loose garment, you see, if it gets caught in a thorny bush and your train to moksha is departing, then, oh, mortal one, do not sit around to untangle the dhoti. Leave the dhoti behind and run for the train, you see. Hey, it's not worth remaining stuck in any situation, not even for a fraction of a second. So what importance does anything else hold then? And whatever you become stuck, to that extent you have forgotten your real nature and state as the self. You see, state as the self. What is dakho? In any temporary state that arises right now, if the chit, the inner faculty of knowledge and vision, Gnan Darshan, gets stuck in that situation for a little while, that is dakho. This is the ultimate, the final definition of interference, you see.
Dice, en nosotros incluso llegamos a decir, si tu dot, una forma tradicional de prenda interior que llevan los hombres en India, si tu dot se engancha en un arbusto espinoso y tu tren hacia moksha está partiendo, entonces mortal, no te quedes sentado desenredando el dot, deja el dot atrás y corre hacia el tren. Oye, no vale la pena quedarse atrapado en ninguna situación, ni siquiera por una fracción de segundo. Entonces, ¿qué importancia tiene todo lo demás? En lo que sea que te quedes estancado, en esa medida has olvidado tu forma real como el ser, tu estado real como el ser. Dice, please up the out.
Yes.
Thank you. Te has olvidado. Ni siquiera por una fracción. Entonces, la importancia de todo lo demás en lo que sea que te quedes estancado, en esa medida has olvidado tu estado real del ser. ¿Qué es Dako? En cualquier estado temporal que surja ahora mismo, si el chit, que es la facultad interna de conocimiento y visión, queda atrapado en eso durante un rato, eso es Dako.
Yeah, this one here, this chit remaining engaged in something, in a situation that has arisen in the relative, you see, if the chit, there is the mind and then there is the chit. Mind kind of never goes out of your body and the chit goes out of the body complex, you see. And so if it's the situation, any situation, painful situation that arises around you, or is, as you believe it's happening to you, it's outside, then the problem is not with the mind getting upset, but the problem is the chit going out there and remaining there. It doesn't let you move forward. The chit gets stuck there, you see. And wherever the chit gets stuck, especially in a negative situation, then that is interference. That is interference. That is the exact and the very subtle definition of interference. Somebody says, "Stupid Patricia, get out of here." Now, the difference between you, the Minignani, and Dada is that for Dada, these are simply words happening, and the exactness is there of who you are, you see. And for Patricia, there is a little bit of a disturbance and distraction, you see, shake up in the relative, and then soon thereafter, it does not leave its effect. You see, that's the only difference. But this here about Dako is if you can see that without finding fault with the other person who just said this, then you are back to no Dako, you see.
Ujú. Dice que en cualquier situación en que te quedes atrapado, es tu chit el que se queda atrapado ahí. Cuando el chit no sale del cuerpo, está bien, pero cuando se queda atascado en cualquier situación, eso es Dako. Nosotros podemos tener, si alguien me dice estúpida Patricia, puede ser que un segundo, o un momento, pero enseguida es como que recuerdo quién soy, ¿no? Y dónde estar poniendo la atención, que es lo que tengo que observar.
So we can see the whole process is of disturbance, you see, that arises, and the knowing that this is a disturbance that is arising, and somehow as a Mahatma, it doesn't touch you, it doesn't affect you. The knower is still there, is going on, and the disturbance may turn into overt violence or more disturbance, but Mahatmas remain in a very different mode, you see, of absolutely away from suffering to knowing. The suffering part remains exactly as it is. It is not multiplied. It remains as it is. The knowing allows you to say that, knowing allows you to know, knowing part, and the seeing part allows you to see that the suffering is, Shuddha is disturbed, a little bit more disturbed, he's not disturbed. And so it focuses only on what is happening immediately inside, not outside. It shifts from outside to the inside part, and that is the beginning of a fantastic process of liberation with reference to what is going on. And this is happening to all of us, you see. No matter what the news, local news, county news, statewide news, countrywide news, international news, or just simply news that right now everything is locked up and you can't buy any food. News, that's all news. There is always this stillness, this steadiness of the self allows you more visions to open up. You see, more visions to open up, more understanding to open up.
Yes. Todo lo que puede molestar en los Mahatmas surge que esto no los toca, pero también puede esto que sucede, que estas molestias pueden producir más molestias, más colisiones, más violencia, pero los Mahatmas no los toca. El poder ver y conocer que permite que podemos ver que Shuddha no está molesto, está un poquito molesto, o no está molesto, pero vemos que sucede adentro nuestro, no es una cosa que esté afuera. Y ese es el proceso, poder ver que todo está adentro, es comenzar el proceso de experimentar.
Yeah, because
No es por ejemplo, nosotros vemos las noticias y no importa lo que las noticias digan, porque nosotros tenemos otra clase de visión.
You see, the other thing that is happening is with the science behind this is that the chit, the pure chit, has infinite knowledge and infinite vision. You see, but the chit that gets stuck for a little while in something negative that has happened, it restricts your broad vision as the self. It just kind of temporarily blocks you to see the wider view, you see.
Desde esta ciencia podemos ver que el chit puro es infinito conocimiento, infinita visión. Pero a veces cuando el chit no está puro, bloquea este conocimiento y visión infinita.
Yes, it blocks you so that you cannot see the pure soul in the other person whom you're the tendency, who are blaming, you're blaming. You're the reason why this is a problem. You see, so does not allow you to see his ama pura, you see.
Ujú. Cuando el chit no está puro, lo que hacen es bloquear el conocimiento y no podemos ver a las otras personas como alma pura.
So we read the final part of this one. Even if by mistake you happen to get into a conflict with someone, you should clear that. You should, nikal, Nikal is a very big word. Nikal means settle it. Just let it settle, Do not disturb it, you see. You do not put your hand in it, you see. In a natural and spontaneous way, we are clear of the conflict without igniting any sparks that could arise from the friction. The right intellect is that which interprets. The right intellect is that which not interpret, which analyzes, okay, let's just leave it that. Interprets anger, pride, deceit, greed, puts them all aside and does not allow conflict to arise at home. And you can't interpret anger, pride, deceit, greed, but you can be aware of it. You see, you can see it. You can see this is the anger component. This is the pride that is the reason behind it. This is the deceit that is going on, or this is the greed effect, you see. And does not allow conflict to arise at home. Arise at home means in the physical home where you live with somebody, or within your own self, you see. It makes one adjust everywhere. Go on, please.
Yes. Aunque, sorry.
Yeah, go on, sorry.
Aunque por error entres en conflicto con alguien, debes despejarlo de manera natural y espontánea. Despeja el conflicto sin encender absolutamente ninguna chispa que pueda surgir de la fricción. El intelecto correcto es el que interpreta la ira, el orgullo, el engaño y la codicia y los deja de lado y no permite que surjan conflictos en casa. Hace que uno pueda adaptarse en cualquier parte. Y con casa es con las personas que compartimos, vivimos y en nosotros mismos.
In other words, this, and Dadashri calls it the right intellect. This is the just everywhere part, you see, which is even for the world. You see, for there you require the intellect to kind of look at your own faults. You see, intellect, in other words, this is my ego, this is my pride, this is my deceit. You see, the angry part is within me. I am angry and therefore I am hurting other people. You see, that kind of, so this part is universal. You see, this is even applicable for people who have not received the magnificent self as capital, Amapura.
Ujú. El intelecto correcto es el que puede ver la ira, el orgullo, la codicia y el engaño dentro de sí mismo. Y por eso no molesta o entra en conflicto con ninguna otra persona. Y con esto se refiere no a los Mahatmas, sino a las personas que no han recibido el Gnan.
Yes, this is the second part, the second sentence about the right intellect is an Apta Sutra number 1522, 1522, you see. And and it, because there are many thoughtful human beings who avoid problems because their intellect is moving in the right direction. You see, they may not be Mahatmas, but they know how to stay out of trouble. It is because their intellect is being used properly. You see, their intellect is always directed towards avoiding friction, collision, etc. See?
Ujú. Esto que acabamos de ver está en el Apta Sutra 1522 y habla de que las personas que si bien no han recibido el Gnan y son grandes pensadores, son personas que evitan el conflicto. Entonces el intelecto está como preparado para no generar conflicto.
And in our Akram Vignan, right intellect or wrong intellect, you see. That's what you got, and this is what will unfold. And through the natural kicks that will happen in discharge, there is an adjustment. Dadashri says, now you're done with the intellect part. You say you kind of go with Agna now. Go with the Agna 4, you see. Just stick to the Agna 4. Right? Okay.
Ujú. Y para nosotros en el Akram Vignan, el intelecto es lo que te tocó, es lo que tienes, no es ni bueno ni malo, está en descarga y ve por el Agna 4.
Yeah, those who rely on their intellect cannot be sure when their intellect will land them into trouble. You see, so this, in fact, 90% of the time in Kali Yuga, people's intellect has gone down the drain. You see, even well-meaning people end up, making very terrible decisions. You see.
Ujú. El intelecto en general es el que afecta, es el que drena en esta época de Kali Yuga.
Yes, Vishuddhatma Bhagwan. Yes, we have a couple of minutes. If anybody wants to share anything or ask anything, say, just kind of.
¿Alguien quiere decir o compartir algo en estos minutos que nos quedan?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes. Sandra, everything okay? Yes. Understand. Yes. Wonderful. Gabriel, Laura, Gonzalo, Devdasi, Cecilia, all, these are fantastic Mahatmas and Gnani Mahatmas, and to the Gnan within you, Rosie, to the Gnan within you, the highest namaskars from Patricia and Shuddha, you see.
Con el Gnan en ustedes, los más elevados saludos de Shuddha.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shuddha.
All right, until we meet again.
Beautiful satsang.
Yes, Jai Sachidanand. Yes, Jai
Jai
Sachidanand.
Sachidanand.
Thank you, Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand a todos.
Gracias, Gnan.
Yes.
Bye, Mahatmas.
Bye.
Bye. Gracias, Patri.
Aguante, Mahatma.
Yes, Mahatmas.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.